Beautiful bill is finally here for us as taxpayers to digest and understand. We're going to go over everything that's important to you and how you can save money in today's video. Hi, my name is Zachary Jensen. I'm the managing partner here at TaxWise Financial Services, where we're empowering higher earning income folks as well as small business owners with tax savings so they can grow with confidence and achieve their wealth goals faster. Today, we're going to go over the top 5 items in the big beautiful bill that I think are the items that are going to save you the most money in this tax year moving forward. So let's start with number 1 here, which is the state and local tax SALT tax deduction cap being raised to $40,000, which is huge. One of the most impactful things for upper middle income taxpayers is the increase of the SALT deduction from that $10,000 to $40,000. This higher cap allows individuals in high tax states to deduct a much larger portion of their state and local taxes on their federal tax return, which provides a lot of relief, especially for folks in states like California or New York and these sort of places. The cap is actually going to revert back to $10,000 in 2030, and another important thing is this only helps folks up to that $500,000 in adjusted gross income. So it'll still apply to you, but after that, it gradually phases down and never lower than the $10,000, thankfully. So if you're between that $100,000 and $500,000 income, you can take full advantage of that $40,000 limit, whereas those earning above $500,000 see a reduced benefit, unfortunately. So then we've got the bonus depreciation. This is what everyone's talking about, the 100% bonus depreciation permanently restored. So the One Big Beautiful Bill Act restores 100% bonus depreciation for businesses, which is massive for entrepreneurs and investors buying any sort of assets. So a big thing we see is folks trying to buy vehicles over 6,000 pounds that apply to the bonus depreciation. That's something that folks are really interested in. Another one, of course, is real estate. All of our real estate investor clients are loving this because they're able to take full advantage of it. Unfortunately, this sets in mid-January, so if you bought something the first or second week of January in real estate, unfortunately, you're stuck with that 40% bonus depreciation from the old tax legislation. But if you bought something after January 29th of 2025 or later, you're actually going to get the full 100% bonus depreciation on that asset. So congrats to you there, because when you combine that with a cost segregation, you're going to save tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, on your taxes. In that same vein, we've got number 3, the expansion of the Section 179 expensing limits. So the law increases the maximum Section 179 deduction to $2.5 million, with a phase out going up to $4 million. For comparison, it was about $1.16 million, with a phase out starting at 2.8 around there. So huge jump up. This means that small business and medium-sized businesses can now immediately expense up to $2.5 million of equipment, machinery, vehicle, and certain tangible property, rather than having to capitalize that out and taking those depreciating costs over time. So this also will adjust for inflation moving forward, which is huge. So for high income professionals and investors who reinvest heavily in business assets, the expanded 179 provision allows the opportunity to shelter more income from tax and obviously allow you to grow your business faster. Then we've got some more individual tax cuts made permanent. So the standard deduction has been increased. So individual income tax rates originally set in the 2017 bracket are now permanent rather than reverting to the pre-2018 levels, which were lower. So this is a big win for high earning folks between that $100,000 and $500,000 of income, and it prevents an automatic tax hike that would have occurred in 2026, ensuring, for example, that married couples with an income in the mid-hundreds continue to pay that 24% tax rather than it jumping back to 28. So this really helps folks out. Along with the rates, the doubled standard deduction from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act earlier also is made permanent and even slightly increased. So starting in 2025, the standard deduction is set at $31,500 for married filing jointly and $15,750 for single filers with annual inflation adjustment limits. So really, really big benefit for just the regular taxpayer here. Collectively, the extension of these individual provisions provides certainty and sustained tax relief for upper middle income households, which really helps out the middle class here. And then, of course, you have the 20% qualified business income deduction made permanent. There has been talk because it was originally proposed that it would go up to 23%. That has been killed. So, if you see information out there, I've seen a lot of AI and this sort of thing say it's at 23%. That is not the case. It's at 20% and it is permanent. and this allows high earning income folks that own business, real estate investors, to take advantage of the QBI deduction on their pass-through business income. This new law makes that Section 199A deduction permanent, even though it's set to sunset this year. So really, really big benefit for business owners here. By cementing the QBI deduction into the tax code, this law is going to provide ongoing savings for entrepreneurs and investors, usually between that $100,000 and $500,000 income range. For example, a taxpayer with $200,000 of qualified pass-through income may get a $40,000 reduction, subject to the deduction's wage, property limits, and phase-outs, etc. So definitely talk with your accountant to see if this applies to your business. There are certain businesses that have phase-outs. There are certain things that don't count. Of course, there's the tax on tips, which I'm throwing into number 5 here because even though it's unrelated, that also has the certain businesses that are accepted, certain businesses that are not. So if you have any questions on how this applies to your business or your tax situation, please reach out to us. Our contact information is in the description below. We'd love to help you out and hopefully save you tens of thousands of dollars this year and for years to come. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.